Well, in order to understand what it's like to go through a season where you're undefeated for an extended period of time, I know people ask me a lot, well, what was the pressure like? Did the players feel any pressure? When you were 10-0, 15-0, 20-0, building towards that 31-win season? I think the biggest thing was we kept the players loose. The players kept each other loose. It was a great mix of personalities. We had great leadership, not just from the guys that were getting a lot of minutes, but we had great leadership on the bench, guys that bought into their roles. And in order to have a season like that, the chemistry has to work night in, night out, and not just in games, in practices, on the court, off the court. So I thought it was a group that was together. The first thing guys would jump out in their minds is our trip to the Bahamas. That was a lot of fun. Anytime you can make a trip to a warm weather spot when you're coaching in Wisconsin, playing in Wisconsin, that's always a thrill. And our guys always do such a great job with the trips. But the whole trip brought everybody together. You could just see the camaraderie that was building. And I think that definitely helped propel us once we really got into the meat of the conference season. So that was a highlight. I think the other thing is winning at Eau Claire. Eau Claire had Platteville's number for several years, more than we'd like to talk about. So when we finally went in there and beat them at their place in a 2-point game, it was the closest game we had all year. The funny part, or the interesting part about that, is somehow the game ball ended up on our team bus when we were going home. And I'm not going to say that there was any particular person that had anything to do with that, but his initials were Saul Phillips. So he managed to get that ball. I happened to have it in a trophy case that was built by Tim O'Connell's dad, or a friend of his dad's. And every time I look at it, you know, it's not the material ball and a trophy thing that ever excites me. It's all the memories of what created what's written on that basketball and the season that we had. Ernie Peavy defensively was, if not the best, one of the best defensive players that's ever played on the Division III level or any other level. Ernie also was the guy that could make a lot of things happen on offense. He was our point guard that made the team go, and he was a most valuable player in the NCAA tournament and All-American, of course. And I think he's the guy that everybody else sort of played off of, and believe me, the other guys played extremely well as a unit. I think Ernie would be the guy who would deserve a lot of credit for being the leader on the court. The important thing is you have to also look at the bench. You have to look at the reserves. You have to look at people who contribute in other ways. I had said something before about Saul Phillips. Saul Phillips, he was always an injury away from being the next point guard, is what we always say. He always loved that. But also on the bench, we had a young man by the name of Gabe Miller, who ended up passing away after the season was over. Really shook the team. It rocked the team to the core, and he's a guy that contributed a lot, played good minutes for us, would have been a starter the next year. So he's somebody that we think about a lot from that team. And we thought so much of him, we started the Gabe Miller honor roll for any of the student athletes that had a 3.25 or over. I believe it's either 3 or 3.25. And the other thing is my son took his number when he played for me at Platteville. Will took number 12. So Gabe Miller had a great impact on the team when he was physically playing, and he's had a great impact on student athletes at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, even though he's no longer with us. I think it's really fitting that the University of Wisconsin-Platteville is inducting teams of note. And I know there's criteria for that, but I certainly feel honored to be the coach of a team that's going in because it means that they accomplished something special, and they did it as a unit. It's so much fun coaching young people and working with them, and that's why I got into this profession as a teacher first and as a coach. And it's just really, really neat to see the university reach out and say, okay, let's put this national championship team in together.
25 seconds on the clock. Pioneers call a timeout. The Pioneers call a timeout to clear the bench, put the rest of the team into the game, into the final championship game, which the Pioneers are going to win. A national championship for the Platteville Pioneers.
Well, it surely has been a dream season. What a ride for everybody. Bo Ryan, oh God, he's very proud of these guys.
Brian Davis, Jeff Adams, Saul Phillips, Jamie Leifker, and Chad Betcher now in for the Pioneers. Here's Jeff Adams. Can't hit it, swatted out of bounds by Brian Davis. 9 seconds to play. It's Wolf working on Saul Phillips. 5 to play. Blewett hits. 2.3 seconds. That does it, the Pioneers! NCAA Division III national champions.
Oh my God, they did it! What a night for the Pioneers!
Oh, what a season for the Pioneers. The 6 seniors go out in style. You see them on the floor. Head coach Bo Ryan. Oh my, oh my.
In the crowd, oh, everybody's just showing their support for the new national champions for NCAA Division III. Oh my God, it's been great.
The second national championship for head coach Bo Ryan as the Pioneers. What a ride this season, 31